Boston Marathon.
Just no other way. Can you feel it now? It's like a steel boot to the gut. I feel the heat from these fields of fire. I hear the screeching of burning tires. I don't care how long it takes. I ain't never gonna break. I got a 5.56 that'll leave you rattled.
Oh man, I don't have the energy of that song right now.
Well, that's a shame because it's a great song. We need to hear more of it.
Oh, holy shit.
Oh boy. Gary hasn't had enough caffeine for me yet. Oh shit.
I am literally minutes from being asleep. I was like sound asleep. My phone rings and I rolled over and I looked and somebody, I don't know who, turned off my alarm clock. I'm like, clearly I did that and I don't remember doing it.
You keep doing that, Gary.
No, I don't keep doing it. Every like 20 months I will do it.
No, it happens
So,
more often.
No.
My wife does it and it drives her nuts, Gary. It drives her absolutely insane when she does it. You know, most of the time I wake up because she hasn't gotten out of bed yet. Because she gets up at dark 30, dude. She gets up at like 5 o'clock in the morning. Her alarm starts going off at 4:30, and she'll hit the snooze a couple of times. And when she hits the snooze, if she misses by a micro inch, boom, she turns it off. You know what I mean?
Whoever invented the snooze function should rot in hell.
No, I love the snooze function. I set all my alarms for a half an hour ahead of time, and I just snooze the shit out of it until I get up. Makes me feel good to know I slept.
I keep watching to make sure that I don't get that last one. The last one, you know, has a different look to it. When you go to push it, there's no snooze anymore. The snooze feature is gone. It's like the last one tells you that if you push that button,
you're gonna miss.
Not gonna happen again. And it's like, good God. But anyway, I don't remember it going off today.
Been there.
That just means you needed your sleep, bro. That's all.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's it. That's your body telling you, fuck you, you're going back to sleep.
Hey, fuck you, bitch.
Yeah, like yesterday. Waking up at 10, closing your eyes for a moment, and then it's 2 hours later.
Boom. Guess so.
That's what happens. Like my alarm went off. I woke up. I was awake. And I'm looking around, and then I'm like, I'm just going to relax my eyes for a second. And then 2 hours later, I'm awake, waking up again. I'm like, God damn it. And then I jolt awake. I don't like that because like it makes my heart race and everything. Oh man. So we're going to be talking today about Battleship. It's the second time we talked about it, but I got to be honest, this is the first time for Anima. And she got to watch a movie this weekend. And I am pretty certain that she watched it with me before, but she has no memory of it.
Nope. It's not a movie that I would completely forget, and I didn't remember anything. So no, that was the first watch yesterday.
Or the first time paying attention.
Oh,
Now, this is the one that always shocks me. I don't
54?
mind. I get the critics.
Yeah, the
I
critics
don't
score you can get.
understand the viewer score.
I don't either, man, because I dig it. I dig this movie. I do.
Me too. I freaking love it.
I'm like,
It sounds
I
like a
loved it
stupid premise,
the more I
doesn't
saw
it? It's you know,
Yeah.
it's a movie about the fucking. Is it Parker Brothers that made the game? It's a classic game,
Yeah, and
right?
they
Battleship. That's what it's loosely based on, and
that was an
Wow.
important game in my life, man.
Mhm.
And I still
yeah, I
play
played
it. I play it competitively on my Android,
Okay.
and you sit there and you basically log into the account, and then you push a button and it starts rolling and sees who's alive right now, not playing a game, and if that person's within the same skill level of you, you get to play them. What I don't like is you get some weird ones. If I'm like doing in the middle of the night that are from Russia,
Oh boy.
and there's some scammers in Russia, man. And I would get like really close to the end of the match, and all of a sudden, like the match was over, and I'm like, oh man, you cheating cocksuckers. So I try to get off of there when I know the Russians are on there playing, because they're all fucking cheaters over there in Russia.
Is it
But,
like playing chess online where you just put your move in, and then when you get when the other guy gets around to it when he's not busy, he puts his move in? That a game can
and
go on for
there's
a day
a cool
or so.
thing you can do.
Yeah.
One of the cool things you can do is you can also do auto moves. Like it's like if you want the computer to move for you, you can tell it to move for you if you're in the middle of something. But I don't like doing that because it's never a smart move.
No.
And I use so this is like where I'm really good with my testing scores. I find patterns. My brain is designed to find patterns. And so I play by patterns. I start with an X in the game. Like I go this direction, and then I start here, do drop down to go across, do another small cross, do another small cross, and basically I just kick the shit out of people unless they're Russians. And then for some reason, oh, they're like so smarter than me. I'm like, whatever, fuck off. Russia is just chock full of cheaters, man. In fact, I ended up putting that as one of the ones I won't play because the last update, you can actually select regions that you won't play against. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not playing Russia.
Now, if I remember correctly, the
Cheating
guy
bitches.
the guy that you're celebrating this week, Liam Neeson, he's the father of the two characters in this, right?
No.
Is
The
he?
father
No.
of the girl.
Okay. The girl's father. But there's two brothers, right?
Yep.
There's Alexander Skarsgård and what's the other kid's name? I don't
Taylor
remember.
Kitsch.
Taylor Kitsch.
Taylor Kitsch. That's it. Yeah.
A guy
Or like-
who should have been a movie star if Disney hadn't fucked him over.
Right? They'd
Okay,
still be
so
making John Carter
again,
movies, wouldn't they? Yeah.
John Carter is a much better film than the way it got treated in the cinema.
Yes.
And the reason why is the marketing budget for that movie got skipped over. They had a little bit of money. They did some advertising. They had 2 promos for it. And my favorite was with the Peter Gabriel version of My Body is a Cage. That was a really good version of the song. Perfect. And but they did hardly any promotion for that film. And why? Because they needed the money to buy Star Wars.
Yeah. When they had their own Star Wars right there.
Well,
Right?
you need to invest money to lose money.
You got to spend money to lose money.
So it was Bob Iger who personally screwed John Carter as a film. And what did he do? He even promoted it as the character that inspired George Lucas to make Star Wars.
Yeah,
That
he
was
said
in some of the
everything
promotions.
but John Carter of Mars. They just named it John Carter. If they'd have put the Mars part in there, just that little thing.
I don't know why they did
know.
that. It was really fucking dumb.
It was dumb. Just really strange. Because look, nerds like us knew what it was, right? But John Q. Public, there's a difference between hearing John Carter and John Carter of Mars. There's a that's a big difference there. You know what I mean? Yeah. They totally screwed the pooch on that one.
Hey, Indy Phantom is here. Hell yeah. Was just listening to one of the old shows on Graveyard Shift, enjoying the hell out of what it looks like I'm going to catch y'all live. We tend to have a good time talking about films. And on Saturday, okay, I'm going to kill that fucking cat. I swear to Christ. I'm going to serve it up with stuffing.
Look out. He's getting into some Korean cooking today, folks. Look out.
Yeah, I mean, I want some Korean food today. That cat is fucking annoying me.
She's 15. I doubt they would eat a cat at all.
I am. You know what? It blew my mind this week because you guys don't know who she is, but I've referred to her usually as my cycloptic friend. Is Odin. She is the old cat. She's probably the oldest cat in the house, and she is kind of a wild cat, and she lost an eye. She was abused, and Lauren and Brad adopted her, and she has been hiding for pretty much since those kittens were born, hiding in the basement. And she hated being up here. And she was somebody I did not socialize with. She always seemed to really not like me, skittish with me. And she is down there, and all of a sudden she leaves. But when they took off to go see her, Lauren's dad, when they came back, her friend brought Odin back to the house. It's the first time I've seen Odin in over a year, about a year. And I saw her, and she was skinny as a rail. She's been down there not eating in the basement. And I was walking into the living room, and there she was. The first time I've seen her in about a year, and she's on top of and I looked at her for a second. I didn't recognize her. I'm like, who? And I realized who it was because she's my little cycloptic friend. I talked to her, but she never came to me. She came to me, wanted loves, wanted headbutts. She was like just so friendly with me and was purring. And I've never seen that. And again, last night she did it with me. And I'm like, what a beautiful ratty cat. She looks so, she's not taking care of herself. Nobody grooms her. And she's finally up here for the last few days, and it's nice to see her, man. But she's a whole different cat now. She's like really friendly with me. The only thing you don't do is don't try to pick her up. She will fucking murder you.
And cats, the claws come out.
Yeah, because she freaks out because she was abused as a kitten. John says was a fun movie. I'll always stop and watch if it's on. I'm the same way, dude. I own the movie, and I fucking love this flick. I really, really
Look
do.
who's here.
Emmanuel. Hello. Hope
Hello.
you guys are doing good. You and Regis. So let's see. I want to go back to this. Saw Battleship in the drive-in with my back on its release. Had a good time, like Peter Berg in Michael Bay mode. Yeah, and I think this film would have been better if the studio hadn't fucked with him. I am not a big fan of Rihanna being in this movie. One, this is right at the onset of the boss girl shit. And they made her a boss girl in the film, and it annoyed me. Like, she has the body mass to grab redneck Matt Damon and throw him. I'm like, yeah.
I hate when you do that. It looks stupid.
The girl weighs 105 pounds wet. It's like, yeah, that's going to happen. And she is, in my opinion, probably what did damage to this movie, because they really put a lot into her being in this film. And this film needed to be pretty much an all guy cast, but they couldn't have that. And, thanks, John Carpenter. He screwed everything up with the all guy cast.
Well, the love interest needed to be in there.
And that, you know, like,
The
I'm
thing
not
needs
saying
no
women.
love interest. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
He does not need
No,
one.
no, she's talking
don't
about
know.
Battleship.
I
She's
know.
talking about.
I know what she's talking about. I was just leaning into what Gary was saying.
Yeah. I
I
remember
actually like
the
that story.
Taquitos
It's fun.
gag or enchiladas played the actual game a few times. Man, I love that game. I still do. It's one of my favorite games to play. It's a tactical game.
We
With
played
my
that
dad.
with pen and paper as kids.
Yeah.
It's the
I got to tell
Pacific
you, that
Theater
was
fans chess is what it is. It's very
was a
cool.
fun movie. I'll always stop and watch it when it's on. Let's see. That dude from Friday Night Lights had some bad luck as the lead in some blockbuster. Look, Kitsch. Look, I like the guy. He got screwed by Bob Iger with this movie and with John Carter. This film, I don't know what the fuck happened. I got to be honest with you. And a lot of people I know likes this movie.
It's
I
ironic
really,
you're doing this one today because most people that have seen it enjoy it, but people just didn't go see it in the theater. They did not go see it. And the same thing's happening with Masters of the Universe right now. I went and saw it this weekend. It was a fun ride. I don't know
Yeah.
what all the hate is about. And
out of theater response from 3PO and his
Yeah.
guys.
Mhm.
Fucking loved it. All
Ah.
of them. Like one said,
Foxy
I
dug it.
loved
She thought it was great.
and
Yeah.
I hated it, but I loved it as well. But I also hated it. But I loved it, but I also hated it.
Yeah. But
Drug
it's
street
ironic you're doing this one because we got a movie that the same thing's happening to right now.
So I will tell you this. I have a fan theory. And I would like for everybody to spread the word on this. That, look, I like Taylor Kitsch. Okay, I really do. I think the guy is fucking cool.
He is.
And he got his revival as an actor thanks to Chris Pratt.
Yep.
And he was in the original Terminal List. He ends up being the friend who ended up accidentally fucking him over that got his wife and kid killed.
Yep.
And in the end, he had to die. And so Chris Pratt's character kills him. But they liked his character so much that they plan to make a Terminal List spin-off series called Terminal List Dark Wolf. And it was fucking great.
Yeah, it was.
So
It
he's
was great.
finally getting some of the treatment he deserved as an actor because I really do like him.
And you know what? It was so good. I want to see a prequel to that about the Australian guy he was working with, man.
Well,
I love that
I've
character.
got a theory. Hold
Yeah.
on.
Okay.
Okay, so here comes the theory. This movie ends, and who approaches him? Somebody from the teams.
Yeah.
So I believe that his character, Ben Edwards, in the Terminal List, is his cover name because it is actually Alex Hopper from this movie who becomes best friends with Chris Pratt's character.
Very
It's
cool.
the same fucking character.
I
That's
like
who he became when he joined the teams.
Gary just
When he
created
graduated,
a shared universe.
when he graduated Buds. You know, the minute he graduated Buds, and I believe that he probably changed his name because some guy turned him into Don Shipley as Stolen Valor. And so he legally changed his name.
You could go even deeper and say that he's actually John Carter transporting himself to the future.
And just so you know, I actually know Don Shipley. I know him pretty well. And I fucking love that guy. And he's been on our show. Like he hung out with Don Ecker and me one time on Dangerous Nerds. And he's one of my favorite interviews, man. He's got some great fucking stories. Guy was no shit, man. Back in the day when Marchenko was still in, you know, that's how long ago that Don Shipley was in. Good morning to you too, my friend. Alpha is here. Good morning, Alpha. How you doing, brother? Every snooze button like 5 times before getting up every day. Yeah, I always set my alarm like an hour earlier than I want to wake up. so I can do that, meh, and then I get another 10 minutes. And I get some dreaming in those 10 minutes. I woke up before my alarm this morning. Yeah, that is a sign you are getting old. When you wake up before your alarm. That's right, Hasbro owns it. Yeah, this is
Is it Hasbro?
owned by the
Okay.
same company that did G.I. Joe and Transformers, robots eating pies. Now, there are some cool things in the film, by the way, that directly relate to the game itself. It's nods. One, the split platform you see up in the ocean that throws up the shield when Kitchener's fucking nosy ass kitten has, I gotta touch things, and he touches something and it triggers the entire fucking thing.
Yeah.
And then you've got and you've got the whole naval thing, because that's what the game is, which is the nod to the game. And the other thing is the weapons that they fire, the actual ammo they fire are pegs.
Yep.
That go into the boats.
Thought that was cool as shit, really.
Peg-shaped bombs, because they blow up.
Yeah, but they drill in before they do it.
They drill in before they explode. And I was like, there you go. That's the pegs from the game. And boy, I got to tell you, friendships would end over that game. Like, I caught a kid cheating on me, and I got mad. I'm like, man, don't do that. And I didn't want to hang out with that kid anymore after that, like cheating on fucking Battleship. Either, learn how to play the game or fucking don't play me. I really enjoyed this movie. It's got the one-liners. It's got the buddy aspect. I wish they hadn't killed Skarsgård's character.
Yeah.
In the montage. Okay, here's another fan theory. He dies and becomes a vampire.
There you go.
And
becomes sheriff of
no.
And kind of gay.
No.
And kind of gay. And kind of gay.
Yeah.
Stop. Freaking stop.
Somebody asked me one time, hey, did you watch that True Blood? I'm like, no, I'm heterosexual.
Dude, I love True Blood, dude.
This movie.
They have got some of the hottest chicks on the planet on that show.
And if anybody on this show, sometimes you are actually more gay than me. So I really enjoy. Okay, Taylor Kitsch as John Carter. I hear great things, but new Disney studio heads also took over and didn't get. No, that's not what happened, buddy. That is not. We did an entire show on what happened. That was when Bob Iger was trying to get by Star Wars. Okay. And they even promoted the film by saying, from the creator that inspired Star Wars. And it's like, boy, they were trying to sex up George Lucas. And the money that was supposed to go into the marketing went into buying Star Wars, because George Lucas wasn't going to accept the same amount as Marvel. They were bought for $4 billion. He was bought for $4.5 billion. And there you go.
And that goes in line directly with this. How do you
become a millionaire? First, get $1 billion, then give it to Kathleen Kennedy. I like that one. Bob Iger fucked John Carter of Mars. I went to see that with all of my nieces and nephews, and down in Phoenix. And I got to tell you, man, that theater was packed. I don't know how that movie lost money. Everybody had a blast. The kids were loving it.
Who wrote the original source material? Was it H.G. Wells or was it Edgar Rice Burroughs?
Yeah.
Edgar Rice Burroughs? Yeah. I always get those two work confused. I don't know why. I just do.
Just think Invisible Man, Tarzan.
There you go.
H.G. Wells would have never created Tarzan.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I got to be honest, H.G. Wells wouldn't have created a character like John Carter either. Because what I loved about Edgar Rice Burroughs was that he could take a really cool idea and mix in the pulp kind of stuff and turn it into something more fun and believable. H.G. Wells would not do that. His was always based on, like, usually science. He'd use the crap out of science. He was a science guy. Whereas Edgar Rice Burroughs is just a really good writer. John, and great sound effect design. Absolutely great sound effects in this movie too. Yeah,
and the music.
Yeah, I like the soundtrack.
Jablonski
Taylor
knew what
Kitsch,
he was
Jim
doing.
Carter. I hear great things, but okay, I already read that one. Why is it? I'm trying to scroll through these. Graveyard Shift chat had an epic. Oh yeah. Oh, did Stephen King take it down? You know it's going to be good if Stephen King hates it. Tom Connors lost his shit, and you know what? I feel bad for any of the kids that grew up on this on Masters of the Universe. My son, who grew up on it, because that's how I watched it, was because I'd watch it with my son, Benjamin. Benjamin loves it. I want to also point out my son is very gay. And he tends to really like really gay things. Or
that's why I never got into the cartoon. It seemed kind of
he also
to me.
he also is really, really into I just had the word in my head and you spoken it. The word dropped out of my head. Irreverent. He likes irreverent things, my son Benjamin. And I suspect there's a little bit of irreverence to this movie because the first thing that even 3PO and his drunk 3PO said to the film with his buddy is that it's kind of cheeky, irreverent humor. Not as bad as Taika Waititi apparently, but it's still in there. It kind of pokes fun at itself. By the way, I love this when he's crawling as the cops have zapped him and hands her the chicken burrito. I'm like, now that's love.
And you can see on her face, oh, those two are bound together forever.
Yeah. I was only mad about one thing in this movie. I hated them killing him in this movie.
Yeah. He's a great actor. He plays in a lot of indie movies and he does some strange stuff. I mean, you just look at his
that recent gay movie that he made is really fucking weird.
Which one?
He's like meets this young guy and they have a torrid fucking like love affair. And like people are raving about
that's
it.
That's a recent one, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. It was like his last movie. And I'm like, look, man, you are a great actor, but you're not that good.
Right.
I really liked him as Murderbot.
Murderbot is like, I love that fucking show, and I hope it comes back. They did something that was borderline woke, but at the same time made it fun and poked fun at the woke people. It's like, hey, there's a little woke in our show, but we're going to kind of make fun of it too. And
they make them look stupid, so I'm okay with it.
Yeah, they're all of the woke characters in the show are idiots. And I do like that hat. They got that hat, that their duty uniform hat cap from the U.S. Marine Corps. They took the octagon hat that the U.S. Marine Corps made famous, and they made their own version of it, and that's all that is. And they always make it a point when you look at the Marine Corps and you look at it with the full emblem with everything, and it says a Department of the U.S. Navy. And now remind them, you're a department of us. We're not a department of you. And the Marine Corps goes, shut up, bitch, and give me a ride. That's what the Marines do. Is they treat the Navy like a taxi service. Oh, man. There's so many good female actors that could have played. I know. I fervently believe from everything I've read is that she was forced upon him by the studio. And you hear this shit all the time. You do. So, yeah, John, definitely. Rihanna was awful in this role. The only people that like her are people that think she's hot. Joe.
Thank you.
Martin.
Yep. That's yep.
I can't stand her face. Hey, Gambit, not into her. Can't stand her singing either. Hey, Gambit, good to see you again.
I've got one of her CDs in my car.
At
So,
least
I like her music.
one person in the chat likes Gambit. That's good to see. And by the way, good morning, Gambit. Chris Brown beat Rihanna's ass in 2008. He means literally, not figuratively. The most fun part of this movie is Liam trying to talk in a really bad American accent. Look, he cannot do American at all. He also sounds like he's got a popped up there when he talks using an American accent, which is actually a thing that was a problem with a lot of people from other countries coming to America. What they've shown, people from England in particular and Australia, pick a New York or Southern accent. It's easier for people from England and Australia to do accents in America than it is to try to do an American accent, the neutral accent, which is what I have. The most fun part of the movie, yeah, okay. Let's see, next one. The hot Latina chick from Riverdale is in Masters of the Universe. She might be a bit of a girl boss, but opinions are all over the place. I know that people were pissed about Tila, but
I don't know why.
The thing I've got to point out is, yeah, she saves his ass when he doesn't remember who he is. The minute things start coming back to him, he's kicking ass and taking.
And remember
names.
one thing: if I see people who say, "Oh, they make it a girl boss," did you watch the fucking show? She is the captain of the Royal Guard. She is a girl boss. Yep. Always has been.
From next of kin. Yeah, like he did better with that accent than he does with the American accent normally. The best way to hide your accent is to do another accent. And what's interesting is, especially like with your Southern accents in America, tend to have come from England because they have similar colloquial terms, like ain't. Ain't didn't come from America; it came to America from England. Pope isn't here today. Pope's not been here for a while. We keep hoping that he'll pop back in.
I leave him
on there. I leave him on there. Like he reached out to me this weekend, and I just don't know what's going on with him. I really don't. That he can't have a real American brogue, or the British say amongst themselves, wine. No, I'm saying again, I'm not going to watch the new He-Man movie, period. That's okay. The way they put so many real veterans in the film. Oh, look, first of all, this is, one more love song he's done for American veterans. A lot of people don't know, and I've showed, we did an episode, show about the movie The Kingdom. The Kingdom was Peter Berg sneakily making a war film about the current war that we were in and tricked Hollywood into thinking it was glorifying the FBI. And that's Peter Berg for you, man. He is a very patriotic dude, very patriotic, loves the military. And he loves working with films where it glorifies people in service of law enforcement or military. And that's the way it is. By the way, there's Redneck Matt Damon.
There he is.
And he didn't become big until Breaking Bad. That's when his career finally took off. But man, I thought he was great in his film. In fact, if you go to Internet Movie Database, he's not even on the first page. And he's in most of the movie. He's a major character. And he's not even on the first page of fucking IMDb.
Yep.
They're cunts over there. I can't stand them. Used to be a good thing, IMDb, and then they became a shill for Hollywood. Yeah, and so like it not just veterans too. There are a lot of active duty personnel that's worked in this movie. But I love that they got a lot of the World War II and Korean War guys that actually served on the USS Missouri to be in this fucking movie. Those were real servicemen from that ship that you see in the third act that show up to help them run that ship. Ah, it's fucking great, man. Hollywood can't stand that shit. Love these nods to the game. There's a handful of them in the movie. There's even a line. They sink. Do they say sink our battleship? They have a line like that in there, and I can't remember what it is.
They are not sinking this battleship. No way.
Yeah, that was the line. Yeah. There was another cool little line used in the film that Anima asked me about. The line, someone's going to kiss the donkey.
Yeah.
Which is an old World War II turn of phrase that was someone's going to kiss my ass today. And basically what it means is someone's about to get made to look like a fool. That's what that term means. And he was, of course, referring to the aliens.
They needed to keep it kid friendly, I guess.
Well, yeah, this was released with a PG-13.
They do this really clever cut when one of the old guys says, let's rain some lead on this mother. And then it cuts to the young guy saying, fire. That was brilliant. Because you know what he's about to say.
And so the character called Old Salts during the climactic battle scene aboard the USS Missouri, the retired crew members who helped reactivate the ship were all played by actual veterans of the ship, including World War II and the Korean Wars. I'm going to guess maybe even Vietnam, because Missouri was still active. Lieutenant Colonel Mick Canales, the character who helps inspire the protagonist, was played by retired U.S. Army Colonel Gregory D. Gadsden. Gadsden is a real-life bilateral above-the-knee amputee and veteran of the Iraq and Afghanistan wars, who became the first double amputee to serve as a garrison commander in the United States Army. And he was a huge inspiration to me. Some British actors can do Southern accents, but they rarely get that. Well, they do well with Southern accents. Boston, New York, you give them accents like that, and they nail them. Jason Isaacs, Texas accent, I wouldn't think Isaacs could do that one as well. The one he did really well was on the TV series Brothers, where he did a Boston accent, because he played. Basically, he was playing Whitey Bulger in that TV series, Brothers. And his brother was played by, oh, what is that guy's name? Oh, crap. He was in one of the second to last Terminator films. Terminator Genesis.
Ugh.
You didn't like
Yeah.
it?
Oh, it's terrible.
Movie I turned off after 20 minutes. Yeah.
Jason Clarke.
Okay.
Jason Clarke plays his brother, Isaac's brother, in the TV series Brother. And it's based on Whitey Bulger and the fact that his brother was a politician. So go check out that show, Alpha. If you've never seen it, it's a really good show. Oh, yeah, I need to watch Kingdom again. He was also good in Friday Night Lights, just like Taylor. Yeah, I'm trying to get caught up in these. But surely it's a producers and accommodate them. There's no asking with Rihanna. No, she was pushed upon him. You want this movie to get made? Rihanna. Okay. Because Liam Neeson did remarkably well with his Scottish accent for Rob Roy. And that's a movie still that Anima needs to see because that's a good fucking movie. Great sword fight. Tim Roth doing what he does best, playing bad guys. I saw an interview where he talked about how he created the Lucius Malfoy style. Oh boy, someone's going to kiss the donkey. There you go. Yeah, okay. So Taylor still looks so young in this.
Yeah, he looks like a kid. It was a while ago, though. This came out in 2012.
Yep. Shot in 2011.
His character, I think, is 26, but not very grown up in the beginning.
Now he's fucking childish as hell.
He's a fuck up. And he almost gets kicked out of the Navy for it.
We talked about combining a particularly arrogant teacher he had with a posh British radio broadcaster's accent. That's interesting. And she, you know, she's almost too pretty. Her character. I kind of get annoyed with characters where they pick an actress that's just too hot and pretty, and it's like I'd rather have somebody that's a little more believable. Tara did a good job playing the Waco cult leader. Oh my god, I didn't even know it was him at first when I started watching it. David Koresh.
David Koresh and the Branch Davidians.
Yeah.
1 hour from Killeen, Texas, in Waco.
That name is etched into the memory. Anybody over 45.
Mm-hmm.
That is etched into our memory. So there he is, man. This is fucking cool. I also like it when he goes toe to toe with one of the aliens. And I love it when the one guy panics about cyborgs. Which, by the way, I got a message from Michael Beatty last night before bedtime. And Michael Beatty wrote me and said, all right, on Wednesday, I'm becoming more cyborg than man. And he's getting his hip replacement. This is a guy that served in the U.S. Army, served in the FBI, and then served for 20 years in Snohomish Sheriff's Department. Retired, and now works for, I think, UPS. That guy had a lot of action in his life, and now he's just the UPS guy. He does the big shipment deliveries. And he's promising, I go through your area all the time. Never stops. Always forgets. Also, the young nerd in this is another actor who's been in a lot of stuff. And one of my favorite things that he is in right now is he is a main character or was a main character in Widow's Bay. And Hamish Linklater is his name. He plays Cal Zapata in this, the computer nerd, who's also a chicken. There he is. There he is. He is the opposite of heroic.
And he has the stupid idea to send the signal. Like, what could go wrong?
No, it wasn't his idea. He's the only guy against it.
Yep. And he says, I don't think this is smart.
Yeah, but he's still doing it.
Well, yeah, he's not the boss. Not the boss. Yeah, well, that's it. He's cowardly. But then at the end, he's the hero. He saves her, the girl, because she's trapped in her vehicle,
She
hits
says,
one of
"Me
the
too."
aliens. Yeah, the alien's about to smoke her, and he runs up and clubs the fucking alien over the head with his briefcase. My briefcase. He's a fucking possessive guy, too. So, so I believe that Gambit is going to not stop talking about accents. That's my prediction for this show.
That's his bone today.
Yep. He also mentioned watching Tom Felton so he could make sure they sounded like father and son. Oh, I think you guys said Widow's Bay was decent. Yeah, I liked the show.
It's more than
I like-
decent. It's great.
It's dark and funny, and it's really kind of scary. The previous episode was a fucking huge nod to the great slashers of Jason Voorhees and Michael Myers, The Shape. And
Yeah, the
I mean,
boogeyman.
they even have
Holy shit.
the boogeyman moment where he flies out of a window, crashes to the ground 2 stories below, technically 2.5 stories below, and lands on his back, is laying there, and then just like The Shape, sits right back up. And I'm like, fuck yeah. And it had some good jump scares. It actually, like, I jumped a couple of times watching the episode. They did a good
Yep,
job.
me
I
too.
like that. I think, let's see, let's move on. Felton also my, okay, Alpha and fucking Gambit are in their own world right now. This is great. I mean, it's great talk about accents. Locations look like Sydney. It was filmed, I know, in Hawaii for sure. Most of it was probably filmed in Hawaii. Oh, you're gonna love this last episode. I shit you not. They also have this flashback episode where we see the character that's in this movie in the past, Hamish Linklater. And most people that may know him will probably remember him from the show Legion about Xavier's son, Legion. And it was a good show. Season 1 was amazing. But he also did another show that I really liked a lot. What was it called? Stephen King's Midnight Mass. I am not a fan of Stephen King, but I liked that miniseries. It was pretty good. He was also in the assassination of Lincoln called Manhunt, because he is Abraham Lincoln in that. If anybody has not seen that movie, I think it's worth a watch. He's best known for The Big Short, Fantastic Four, Magic in the Moonlight. IMDb, get your head out of your ass. Nobody fucking knows him from those. What the fuck are you talking about? This is IMDb IMBD. Joe doesn't know what I'm talking about unless I say it wrong. So IMBD. It has its ass on the cast. They'll put people that were in the main cast on the second page, not on the main page. Then they will put, like, I swear to God, I want to show you guys. Like, for this actor, what they have up are The Big Short, which is not even that great a film. It's a good movie, but it's not one I'm going to fucking travel to see, go see in a movie theater. Not going to spend money on it. I'll watch it when it's on Showtime. Fantastic Four. Nobody fucking remembers him from that fucking movie. Like Leonard. Like, oh wow, Leonard from the Fantastic Four. Like, everybody remembers Leonard. Who the fuck was Leonard? Gadzooks, man. I swear to God. And Magic in the Moonlight, like, came out in 2014. he plays the character of Bryce Catledge. Like nobody fucking remembers that. But they'll remember things like him in Widow's Bay, because it was a good character. But more, they're going to remember him from shows like The Life of Chuck. They will remember him from not Manhunt, because he's under makeup in that one. But they'll remember him from Legion for sure, because he was a major villain or quasi-villain in Legion. And they'll remember him from the other one I mentioned. I forget. The other one I brought up. Oh, actually, who's in a very memorable role in Fargo. He was in 4 episodes in season 3. And that was pretty good. I do remember that one. Trying to look for other things that, like, I look at and I'm like,
but yeah, I am BD, as I like to say, gets it wrong. Gets the stupidest things, and it's starting to bleed into. I really believe it's starting to bleed into some of the reporting people do. Like, what was that guy's name that just got Rob Reinard by his son-in-law, James Handy? Is that his name? They said Top Gun Maverick actor. I was like, he was in one scene carrying a case of beer. What the?
yeah, it's like they
I
do
remember
weird
him, you know what
shit.
I remember him from Gary is Taps. He was the sheriff that showed up to confiscate the guns when the drill team drew down with the freaking M16s on them. You know what I mean?
And I got to tell you, man, he's not his son-in-law. He's his girlfriend's son.
Yeah.
And the kid stabbed him to death in the front yard.
It's a damn shame, man. It really is.
I think the first stab killed him, because he stabbed him right in the chest.
Yeah.
And dug it deep into his chest. And then he did the 911 call where he says, I am a son of man, and I killed the father of sin or the father of lies or whatever he called him.
Damn.
And clearly these guys mentally ill. Ironically, it was planned to film in Australia, but they couldn't get the tax break. So they filmed it in Hawaii, which is perfect because that's one of our big naval ports is Pearl. I actually am going to check out the new Cape Fear, just because, look, I like Javier Bardem. I really do. He's like one of my favorite actors, but I'm not going to watch that thing once I found out that they changed his character again. And also they completely flipped it to where the wife is the attorney, and apparently she did something unethical, which, you know, is hinted at in the first remake, the second film. It's hinted that he did something underhanded that could have gotten him disbarred. But now they're going even further with it. And I'm just like, no, I just don't think I can do it. I don't think I can do it. I don't want to see the character of Max Cates being likable in any way, shape, or form, or sympathetic. I do like these ships because they have kind of a grasshopper look to them. Cricket or grasshopper. They look like insects. Fucking cool. Hey, Apollo is here. What's up, man? Maximum Overdrive is my favorite King film. Yeah, he actually did a halfway decent job on that one.
Halfway
I like
decent.
the movie. Yeah, it's not a great movie, but it is a fun movie. I do enjoy that film.
Emilio Estevez, right? I mean, the most memorable thing about it's the 18-wheeler with the Green Goblin on the front of it, right?
Yeah. Oh, it is. Look, it's become a shill, Indy. It's a shill site. They promote everything, no matter if it's woke or if it's actually good. They promote them exactly the same. Like, you can have the dumbest, wokest fucking thing, and they'll promote the fuck out of it like it's the next Oscar movie. They're fucking assholes at IMDb. IMBD, sorry. Sure.
Get it right, Gary.
I know. I watch Maximum Overdrive all the time. It's something so dumb. Yeah, it's dumbass fun. That's a good description. I can't even visit the website. It is so full of scripts that it slows everything down. That's why I have ad blocker. And boys, websites don't like me like their website.
You could always use Brave. It's got a built-in ad blocker.
Brave has
Yeah,
that, but
YouTube doesn't like it because it keeps fucking up stuff.
yep.
Like taking super long to
Firefox-
load a video or shit like that.
It does better in Firefox with the ad blockers. But videos that you want to watch that have that are free movies, they offer free movies with advertising. They won't play at all if you have an ad blocker. Now, that's something that's happened this year.
I don't know.
Yeah, they're both attorneys in the new show, and she's the one that was his attorney that basically hid information. Well, in the movie, they hid information that would have possibly exonerated him or made him look better. And it had something to do with the girl's testimony against him. It's like information about her that it was loose and slept around. And so if that was better known, he would have had a chance of not being convicted. And they hid that information. That's what's in the 1990s film. I like before the British crew made Moonraker, they had to leave England because of its taxi laws being altered. Let's see, doing good. Sitting in Reno until tomorrow. All right. What's the slogan for Reno? Because they always show it at the beginning of Reno 911. Big little town or some shit like that. So they decided to make Moonraker, and okay, he's just doing his own show. Rotten Tomatoes was once really good. Yeah. Rotten Tomatoes, you got to be careful. If it's too big of a film, the voting can be botted. Maximum Overdrive has the voice. And by the way, on Rotten Tomatoes, the only thing to pay attention to is the audience score. Ignore the critics. Like, when somebody does a horror film, because I watched a documentary about horror films, and they keep bringing up Gene Siskel and Roger Ebert. And I'm going to tell you right now, if I want to watch a horror film, I'm going to go to Rue Morgue or magazines that love horror films and read what a horror fan had to say about it. I'm not going to fucking listen to two fucking pasty-faced guys
Snobs.
that they're snobbish, they're pretentious snobs that tried gay sex in college, kind of guys. I don't give two shits for guys like that when I want to talk about horror.
Yeah.
If I want to hear something about the history of cinema and such, I would go to them. I won't go to any, legit critic for horror. And I used to write my Halloween special every year for the Octopus magazine. And every year I kept one thing the same. It's like scariest ass, Sigourney Weaver, Alien. Was always one of my selection of top 10 scariest moments in film. Sigourney's ass, Alien, would always be thrown in there somewhere. Top 10 scariest things in a horror film.
I saw. Yeah, I'm not going to bring that up. I'll talk to you about it.
Oh, she's in it. Yeah,
No,
she's one of the characters.
Something I saw recently, I just made me think of that when you mentioned her, and I was like, you know what? No, I don't need to bring that up during the show. I'll tell you about it later.
Oh, I wasn't talking about that. I was talking what's on the screen.
Yeah.
Maximum Overdrive has the voice of Lisa Simpson, not the voice. The actress is in it. She is the wife, the newlyweds that have an accident out in front of the gas station. The one thing that they put in this film that I really like that's not in the game are the wheels. Those fucking charged wheels that they have that just destroy everything in its path.
Straight out of Transformers.
That was fucking cool. Yeah, it's exactly what that was.
Yeah. There's a lot of this movie that makes me think of Transformers.
Yeah, I want to do that this Halloween because we're going to do every Saturday during the month of October. We're going to do a horror film that's not related to the actor we're celebrating, unless he was in a horror film, he or she. And so I'm doing Maximum Overdrive because that is just a fun fucking movie. Not the greatest film. By the way, if nobody recognizes that, it's Peter McNichol from Dragon Slayer. He was the next Mark Hamill. And it's like, wait a minute, didn't you see what happened to Mark Hamill? He went nowhere. He ended up as a voice actor.
Well,
why would you want to be the next? Like, why would you want to be the next Mark Hamill? You want to be the next Harrison Ford. The biggest little city in the world. That's it. That's on the thing. Yeah. I love that at the opening of every episode. I enjoyed the original series. I don't like the crap they did later. And by the way, the blonde bitch, she is a DEI bitch and a half. And she got one of my favorite comedians fired from the job on the Goldbergs. And I stopped watching the show when they got Jeff Garlin fired. Fucking love Jeff Garlin. He's the dad on the Goldbergs. That's the minute he gets home from work, he drops his trousers and walks around in his underwear.
Drop
Wanna
trout.
talk about this guy, Gary?
There he is. That's Gregory D. Gadsden. And
Love him.
he is a combat veteran, lost both his legs. And he served both in Afghanistan and Iraq, and continued being in the military, serving. And he was a huge inspiration for me in my writing. I love this guy. Guts.
Yeah.
Fucking guts in this guy, man.
Has he ever been in anything else? I don't think I've seen him in anything else.
Well, I can tell you right now, he's been Freedom Isn't Free short film. He was on NCIS Los Angeles. The Inspectors, which is he played David Cole, trainer, in that show. He was in 10 episodes. He was in 2 episodes as Army Colonel Jackson Ladd, and he, of course, is in Battleship, and that's pretty much it. He's not really a professional actor or anything.
Right. Yeah.
I'm sure he got his SAG, though, from being in this. But he does other stuff. He's still actively involved with veteran programs, especially disabled veteran programs. Lord of the Month. And it's always bothered me because I've never been to Hawaii. And I was supposed to live there at one point, and it didn't happen.
I was there for 3 months waiting on orders to get back to the States. Working as a CQ at the support unit for Johnston Atoll, the place I spent a year at. And it was one of those hardship tour things, 365 days. They had to get me off the rock, whether I had orders or not, and I didn't. So they sent me to to Fort Shafter, Hawaii, which is about 8 minutes from Waikiki. And I basically did exactly what I'm doing for a living right now. I gave guys a bunk and threw them in the van when it was time to take them to Hickam Air Force Base and put them on the bird for the rock. You know, that's basically what I did. I picked up people at Honolulu Airport and gave them bunk and then delivered them to Hickam. You know, that's what I was doing for about 3 months. And it was fun. I am a beach bum to this day. You will never find a prettier beach than Waikiki. White sand, clear water. You can see right down to the friggin' bottom of it. It's ridiculously beautiful. But I got to say, it's a nice place to visit, but you wouldn't want to live there. The cost of living is through the roof. And the locals don't like you. They call you Howley.
Howley.
And
Yep.
it's basically like dropping an N-bomb on an African American. I mean, it's not a nice thing to say to somebody. Yeah.
So as I was saying, the barracks, the famous barracks that my ex-wife got attached to is I forgot the name of the barracks now. I was waiting to say it. Now I forgot
Schofield
it.
Barracks. It's on the north
Schofield
side of the
Barracks.
island. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. I used to pick
That's where
people
she
up there
was.
too. Yep.
And she was at Schofield Barracks, which is famous for Pearl Harbor. And in fact, that is the one time that the author of From Here to Eternity was in the middle of something that actually happened. He wrote all these books, and he's writing about shit that happened really after action. Like he was there for the cleanup of in the islands, and Marine Corps did all of the fucking heavy lifting, and the Army came in to hold the positions and finish cleaning. Their job was to go in and clean the caves on Guadalcanal. And look, they did see some shit, but nothing like the fucking Marines did at Guadalcanal. The Marines fought the Battle of Guadalcanal, which is why if you want to watch the best telling of Guadalcanal, you watch it in the show called The Pacific. And they show the Battle of Guadalcanal there, and it's really fucking intense shit. But who was it that wrote that From Here to Eternity? I always forget his name. I also confuse it with another author, not author. James Jones. James Jones wrote all these books about shit that happened in the war, and it was like after the battle was fought, his character would get there. And so Pearl Harbor was the only time he was there when it happened, at Schofield Barracks. This bugged the shit out of me, but I still like it because nobody would just be standing there watching a door get ripped apart like that in the military. Nobody. If you are armed, arm yourself. If you are not armed, go arm yourself. There is an armory. If the ship has been breached, you are allowed to arm yourself. And the only thing I would have aimed for, just like the U.S. Marine Corps trains, aim for the face. Because you know, like there was threats of trying to go after the Marine Corps in Iraq over all the headshots they were getting there in forget the name of the battle. It just escapes me. Where they hung up the dead mercs up on the bridge after they killed them, the Blackwater mercenaries. They hung them up on the bridge as a threat to the Marine Corps, and the Marine Corps went in there. And look, they fought, but they did get stuck there, and ended up. One of the groups that got called in was Ernie's, my old friend Ernie's unit. They were the ones that went in and had to give them support to get them the fuck out of there. Alpha, remember? Yeah, Fallujah. Thanks, buddy. I knew you would know. And but they kept complaining, and they wanted to do a tribunal on Marines that were fighting there because they were getting so many headshots. They thought they were executing, captured Iraqis or Syrians or Iranians, whoever the fuck was there, And I went, no, because that's all that was popping up. That's all you could see. They'd pop their head out of a window. They'd look up over a wall, and all you got is a head. And so they were headshotting people. And that's just how good a shot fucking Marines are. Even with the 240. I learned the word howley from the movie North Shore.
Yeah.
From back in the day. It's also was a prominent episode of South Park talking about it. And in that one, it makes fun of howlies they have an organization of howlies that stick together. and it's just so fucking. It was a retarded episode. It was really good though. Yeah, I want to visit Hawaii, but I heard it's crazy expensive there. I want to go
It
there at
is.
least once. I want to do a
Islands are
pilgrimage.
always expensive because they have to transport everything there.
I want to go there for one thing and one thing only, to look at locations from Magnum PI. That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
look, we
The
saw.
house
I
isn't
was
there
there
anymore.
in what 86, the beginning of 86, January through March, and saw his what kind of car was that that he drove, the red one?
Ferrari.
Yeah, the Ferrari. We saw that on Shafter. They did a lot of filming on Shafter of Magnum PI. They really did.
By the way, that was one of my favorite shows when it came out, Herman's Head.
Yeah.
It was on Fox. Live action comedy, and yeah, Yardley Smith is in it. I thought it was a really well written show.
Mhm. My dad loves the new one. I don't know why. I mean, it leans more into the military aspect of it. The newer version of Magnum PI.
I did not like it because it's badly written. You got a little tiny fucking Hispanic actor that's supposed to be Thomas Magnum.
Yeah,
and he's like under 6 feet.
I've never seen it.
Also,
I'm just telling you, my dad dug
they
it.
turned it into a romantic show instead of a character-driven show.
Don't they lean into the character's military background too, a lot?
Well, they did in the original.
Yeah.
And it was a major theme within the show, which it made it the first of its kind to promote veterans from Vietnam. It was the first show to make them not look like a bunch of dysfunctional fuckheads. I've got PTSD, so I can't do shit. I'm going to take somebody hostage. Hollywood.
Mm.
And the new Magnum PI was crap. Well, look, Alex Kurtzman had some involvement in the whole.
Oh boy!
So,
oh boy,
you know that they're not going to give two shits. So they made Higgins a British woman, and she's a former CIA op or MI6 operative who's still active duty technically, and she's able to do all these martial arts and yoga and look hot with her tiny ass. And I don't want to disrespect her as an actress. I didn't like her in the show. And I only watched it for one thing. It was the Rick and TC show for me. I like the two actors that got picked to play Rick and TC. And that's what I watched for. I'd fast forward through all of the Magnum and Higgins shit and go to the scenes with TC and Rick. Because I like those two actors. I really do.
Yeah, I'm not interested in any of this. How dare you screw up that show?
It's a pet. Hollywood is afraid of attacking soldiers. We support the troops, so they use PMCs as a proxy for their hatred. Avatar, for example. Yep. And by the way, the Ferrari, everybody gets so excited about it. It's like, well, actually, it had to have the engine altered to come to the United States. So it doesn't have the original Ferrari engine because we won't allow anything that powerful. So yes, it is the Ferrari body, but it is not the Ferrari engine. I have been to Hawaii a few times when I lived in Guam, been to Pearl Harbor. I want to go there. That is another place I really want to go.
Yeah, the Arizona monument is pretty cool. It really is.
But I don't fly anymore, and so I would have to go by ship.
Yeah, how do you intend to get to the West Coast?
Drive or train?
Good Lord, that's way too far.
No, it's not. And there's a lot of shit to see on the way. So no, I like driving. I like road trips. Yeah, the original was, and the new one kept getting canceled. Then it went to another network, and they couldn't make it any better. It was just awful.
And Joe, one of the reasons why he doesn't fly anymore is because Coach is ridiculously small now, and he's 6'3". So why would he do
I
that to
got you.
himself?
Can understand that one.
I also don't trust commercial pilots anymore.
Yeah, I mean, dude, the show me and my brother do every week, we've got a planes, trains, and automobiles segment. They had a plane in Germany at Frankfurt's airport while just after loading, the front gear collapsed and the whole plane fell forward. Another one. Now, I've flown into Newark and I've seen how close these things get. One of them knocked over
There's
a light
lot
pole.
of,
They get right close to a freeway when they're landing.
and also their ground crew are some of the worst fucking workers I've ever seen. Like, I don't trust them to repair shit. I keep hoping they'll change the rules to allow disabled vets to travel space. Then I'll try to catch a hop to Hawaii.
What's Space A?
I don't know what that is. What is that? Yeah, well, hops are what I told you about. Where you could, seating available military flights. I've done that, and I got to tell you, if you can get on, it's great, but there's no guarantees. And
that
I can tell you
you're
that
not watching a movie or anything like that. The
seats are backwards,
yes,
the way they should be. When you go on a military hop, you're either facing inward or you're facing back.
That's it. And now they do try to make it amenable. That if it's a long flight, they'll have a box lunch there for you, that kind of thing. But yeah,
unless you're in uniform.
Yeah.
Hollywood ain't nothing no more. That's right. But back in the day, it meant something to the rest of us. Now, look, I got to tell you, if you don't think Hollywood has a fucking problem with modern veterans, ask Tom Hanks and Steven Spielberg why they won't do modern military soldier stories. They won't. They only do World War II. And for Spielberg, World War I. I forgot it was even called that. It's been that long. It's been 30 years. Several times. This was like a regular airline seating, except for the long climb to the cabin above the cargo bay. Interesting. And here's the interesting thing: military vehicles do not have passengers officially.
cargo.
Yep, you are
Cargo only.
either part of the flight crew or you are cargo.
Yep.
I would ask Tom Hanks if he was around if Hollywood doesn't cope with modern veterans or digest them. Well, I do know because I worked for him, and because because India, I don't know if you knew this. I worked for Dale Dye, the guy behind the Band of Brothers, the Pacific. I'm his artist, and I've worked on a lot of projects. I've been working for him for 20 years. This year, 20 years. I've been his artist, the official artist of Dale Dye's Warriors Incorporated. And I got to work for Spielberg, Tom Hanks, and Gary Sinise. And I made a great fucking joke about Tom Hanks that got back to him. And I was told that he actually didn't laugh at it, but he, well, I'll tell you what he was. The joke was this, that Tom Hanks could only play two things: Forrest Gump and Tom Hanks. And somebody said that to him, said that the artist told a joke. I didn't get fired because I didn't actually technically work for him. I worked for Dale Dye. But Tom Hanks apparently did the thing that he does where he goes and nodded up and down. Yep. Yep, it's true. It's true. But didn't laugh at it because it probably hurt his feelings. I also flew on C-141 from Dover to.
He give you one of these?
He did the pursed lips and the fucking nodding of the head. They rolled a porta potty in. Oh my god! On a fucking flight. Yeah, you can suck a dick. I'm gonna hold my piss that flight. Oh wait, no. For that, yeah, you had to use it. You had to use it. The smell of those things. I fucking hate porta potties. The smell is so fucking awful. And the heat, they're always hot. And two things I can't stand combined: stink and hot. Hey, who's that bucktooth bitch?
You really don't like her.
I do not like Rihanna. I do not. For me, this movie proved that she was untalented in more than one thing. You need to destroy the facility. There's that word. I fucking hate that word.
It sounds retarded.
It's hard for me to say it. And I've always made fun of that word because it's so hard for me to say. I have to pull my cheeks up and go facility to force myself to say it correctly, because otherwise it'll come out facility. Oh, I know you know, but Indie Phantom is new to the channel, so I didn't know if he knew. But I know you guys know, Gambit. I know that. You've been around long enough. You pretty much know my schedule for shitting. And the answer is yes, there is a schedule. But if I get off schedule, I get cranky. And I'm not fucking kidding you. Like, okay, something's wrong here. I'm getting annoyed. Should have gone by now. Or you were more than just close friends. Well, we're close friends, but I'm also his employee. But they have treated me like family, and they are family to me. We don't say words like, it was nice talking to you. We say, well, I love you at the end of phone calls or whenever we hang out. They love my daughter. You know, they treated her like a grandchild. Dale got a solid credit at the opening of Platoon. Good actor, too. He has the best line in Platoon. Lovely fucking war. When he calls in a fire mission on his
Hell
position.
yeah. Lovely fucking
Danger
war.
Close. Danger close. Gets off the radio, turns to his XO and goes, lovely fucking war. It was good she was so bad in this movie because it made sure she didn't do any more major roles. If she had been if she had been even halfway decent, we probably would have seen a bigger career for her. I do also like the whole vampire thing with them, that the sun is not good for them. So what do? The snipers shoot out the fucking windows on the ship right when the sun comes up. Fuck yeah, blind those cocksuckers. See, I forgot you did do that, Indy. Okay, good stuff, man. I could call him in whenever I want to be on the show, but god damn it, the guy is at retirement age, and I just feel bad whenever I bug him. But I make it worth his time when I have him on. He's been on twice now. I was thinking about having Rod Lurie on, but boy, oh boy, some veteran people are attacking his new movie.
Really?
What's it called? The Lucky? I think it's called The Lucky. His new movie. Because we've had Rod Lurie on 3 times, you know, and I like his movies. I like his writing too. I think he's a good writer. He's a big old lefty, former military. He's a veteran, but he's also a big lefty. But the fact is, he doesn't dishonor the American veteran. Won't dishonor him. Won't show them in a bad light. But I'm hearing some bad things about this new World War II film with Chris Eastwood. Yeah, Casualties of War is a film I do not like because I don't like Robert De Palma. But I do like some of his movies. And in fact, I just got my copy of Body Double. I've never seen the movie, and I've wanted to. Melanie Griffith is in it. And another actor I like, and I'm trying to remember his name, so I'm just going to fucking look him up. Nope, don't have to. Craig Schiffer. Craig Schiffer was in a couple of very good Vietnam War films. Tell It to the Spartans, and then The Boys of Company C. And then he was in another favorite film of mine from the 80s called Ghost Story. And he plays identical twins. One gets murdered at the beginning of the movie, and then he plays the identical twin who goes back to the house in the town that he's from to figure out the mystery behind these ghost sightings and what happened to his brother.
Is
and he
that
does.
the
Was telling Erickson, the character Michael J. is playing Mount to Hill of Beans. And I will tell you that as an actor, he does great in the film. But he tried his best with De Palma to wrangle him in, because he was able to wrangle Oliver Stone in a bit. But here's my problem: is they told that story already in Platoon. It's in Platoon, the story of that RAPE is in Platoon, and and he told him, he says, you got 1.6 billion things the U.S. military soldier does, and you get this one time with this one small crew who did these bad things, and you're always going to have that. Just like with society, the military is nothing more than a microcosm of society itself. So yeah, you're going to have awful fucking people in the military in some heroic roles that maybe are not great fucking people. It's true. It's a fact. And especially when you draft them.
Yeah.
And boy, I got to tell you, you have all these guys doing amazing things, but De Palma doesn't want to do that movie. He wants to find that one bad incident and make a movie about that, because he doesn't give two shits about American veterans. He doesn't care how it makes them look. All he cares about is getting his personal agenda and going. And my problem with Brian De Palma is he's not like a typical lefty out in Hollywood. He is a fucking card-carrying communist. And I don't like him. He is anti-America. Anti. And I have problems with that. But I do like his fucking movies. And in fact, we all who love Star Wars owe him gratitude for the way the scroll worked in the film and many of some of the edits that were made, because he was the one that stuck around when everybody else walked out of that first watching of Star Wars going, that's crap. Telling George, that's not good what you just showed us. But De Palma stuck around and gave him a lot of suggestions. He's not the only one, but he was one of the main ones that stuck around and gave him advice. And he took his advice, and his advice worked. There we go. This is where we get to see some of these old fucking squids that served on that fucking ship, man.
They are so cool. And they're clearly having fun doing this movie.
Also, the accuracy of the 3D model that was built of the USS Missouri was so spot on that it had the right number of rivets in it. Because they could not take that ship out to do the things that they do in this. And I love that.
She's also one thing to see in Hawaii, because that's where she is now. Where he is now.
So let me go into some business side of things, because I always like to talk about this. This is something why I get along so well with Culture Casino and with Valiant Renegade. They are two good friends of mine. I'll hit them up in the chat and they're like, God damn it, we need to hang out together again. I'm like, I know, man. We always have fun when we hang out talking business. And Keith and I know something about business with Hollywood, and having worked in Hollywood as well as in the comic industry and regular publishing of books. I got to know a lot of things about those people, and I don't fucking like them. And that's why I don't live there. But this information is coming to you from The Numbers. You can go to that website and you want to. It's the-numbers.com. It is the single best website for finding out how much films made, not just theatrically, like Box Office Mojo, but it actually gives you the numbers of what it made on some of the home video. So theatrical performance at the box office on this in the United States was $65.2 million. The overall box office for the film was $313.4 million or 0.5 million. But what saved this film was the international box office. It kicked ass overseas. It failed here. And I blame Rihanna for this. Anyway, domestic, I figured I'd get some like groans from Jeff and Martin on that. Like they've just given up making noises at me. So domestic physical.
I'm Joe, but that's
no,
cool.
You're Jeff today. I don't know, why did I call you Jeff? I don't know any Jeffs. Anyway, domestic physical disc sales for DVD sales was $20 million. And for Blu-ray sales was $14.5 million. That was a total of 34.6 or 34.6. Yeah. So you could say 35 million. And mixed in with the box office, that puts them at about 350. A little closer to 360. I'm not going to do that kind of math in my head. It's too many numbers. So I have that dyscalculia thing and I can't do it. So anyway, the budget was between 209 to 220 million with a marketing budget that was probably right around 150 million by itself. Because this movie absolutely fucking got advertised. So, so they barely broke even with even the DVD and Blu-ray sales. Okay. That's why this was a black eye for Peter Berg. And it happens, man. You know, I thought for sure this movie was going to do well. I also thought He-Man was going to do well because it was getting a lot of good commentary from fans, nerds out there, people we knew, and like, I'm surprised that it's not doing well. It's tanking at the box office. Now, I kind of expected that with The Mandalorian because it's just a fucking TV episode.
Oh my God, it has fallen off so bad in week 3. It still got double digits. It made 10 million, barely.
It dropped 70% its first week against Rope.
It's bad.
Now,
and it's dropped even further.
When I went to see Masters, there were very little people, and there were 10, maybe 15 people.
Same here, Martin.
In the show.
Same here.
And I think, maybe absolutely wrong, but man, for the last 3 months, there have been people who hadn't watched the fucking movie saying 24/7, it's woke, it's woke, it's woke, it's woke.
Yeah, Tom screamed it.
I think they may have heard it. The movie is not woke. The movie make laugh of woke.
Makes fun of it.
I'll tell you this, Martin. When we went to the theater to see it at 8:00 on Saturday night, there was 15 people like in your theater, but there was a flood of people coming out of Scary Movie. We had to wait for everybody leaving a showing of Scary Movie to walk to our theater. It was ridiculous how many people were coming out of that theater.
let me tell you something. Scary movie would have killed anything.
Yeah.
Anything that you put against it.
People are dying for good comedy, man. They really are. And I don't even know that this one's good comedy. I can't say that because I haven't seen it.
But just
they're
the
dying
promise
for it.
alone. The
The promise
alone
of that alone. Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't think it was marketed well. I think they can blame their marketing, really. Look, you show He-Man's name tag with a he/him pronoun tag underneath it, even if it's a joke, which it is in the movie.
Yeah.
You know,
it would have been a better joke if it had said He-Man.
Yeah.
You know,
right.
he, you know,
Instead of he/him. Yeah.
And yeah. That would have been a good joke. It's
right.
quasi funny, but not as funny as He-Man. Nope. You know, I identify as He-Man. But almost everybody I know liked it. Tom is the exception so far. Tom raged. I was like shocked that he was losing his shit on camera over this movie. He was really upset. I wasn't shocked. So I can't. Yeah. So here you go. This is the report over on the numbers, so you guys can actually see what numbers I was reading from. And it's important, you know, if you are interested in film and how it operates, you need to always understand that there's going to be anywhere from 100 to 200 million spent on the marketing alone, and that the goal of a film is to not just make back its budget. And if you think that that's all that studios are expecting, no, studios have an expectation. When they make a movie like this, do you know what the expectation is? 700 million to 1 billion is how much this movie was expected to make. Then you see, oh, it didn't make that. And then you hear the idiots over there, well, it broke even. So, you know, and it made a profit of 20 million. You don't make a movie like this to get 20 million profit. Yeah. And if you think that is, you're a fucking idiot. You know, those are the people I can't stand talking to that just don't fucking understand what business is. That Hollywood is a business. That this is the problem with corporate filmmaking, which began in the 1970s because the studio system fell apart in the 60s. And it finally died right after Papillon was made with Steve McQueen and Dustin Hoffman. And that was the last studio film made the old way. Oh, there we go. Sandra got in there. So I wanted to pause here because I didn't want to spoil this ending scene here because this is great shit right here. And this is that big visual moment that the movie poster was based on, where he's standing there and the ship's towering over him because they got that ship in front of him and they're coming right at it. They're going right at it. And then he does a maneuver that is real. It's called
that looks so
hauling.
cool.
Club hauling is an absolute real fucking maneuver where a ship that's already moving pretty quick has to make a turn that its rudders and engine can't do. And so you drop anchor and use it just like in a car with the parking brake.
Yeah.
It's the exact same thing. And
the fastest way to make a turn.
How do you say it's called?
Club hauling.
Club hauling. I prefer saying he drifted a battleship.
Well, it's the way they teach you to do a 180-degree flip with a car. You turn the wheel and engage the emergency brake at the same time, and it flips your ass end around, and then you give it gas at the right moment, and you've done 180 degrees, and you're going the other direction. It's the same concept. They're just not using gas to turn around. They're just using that anchor to flip them a lot harder in the direction they want to turn. Yeah. It's a cool, it was a cool thing in the movie. I dug that. I really did.
Yeah, I mean, that ship is gigantic, and see it do that maneuver.
And you know, they're stressing the structural integrity of that damn thing when they do that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But that thing was built for eternity.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fucking tank on the sea.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to change.
Her rocking out there. What happened?
My
I don't
fault.
know.
My fault. I changed studios.
There she is rocking out. That was her rocking out. Look at her. She's listening to some AC/DC on the
Kick
radio.
ass.
She's like, headbanger's ball, baby.
Okay, give me a second here. Well, 3 seconds, in fact.
I've got 5 terrorists going southeast on Bakalakadaka Street.
Oh no, not that. Martin, what's with getting rid of the boss? What's the deal, bro?
Oh,
It's the only way to get him to shut up. Is drop him to the back office.
my
There
apologies.
she is. It's headbanger's ball. She's rocking out to the radio in the vehicle.
Yeah.
You know what song she's listening to? She's listening to this song.
Skibbity, 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 spin. Stop. Hammer time.
Yeah. Just stop,
Oh my
all right?
god. I have not seen this forever. That's Martin's
I was
favorite
so-
clip.
And I was so happy.
I thought it was Backdoor Beaver you hated.
No, the beaver is my thing.
Oh, okay.
This clip Martin hated with a passion.
This one and the fishing buddy.
I love Fishing Buddy, man. That one's awesome.
Allegedly.
We've been used.
Allegedly.
We need to get something new. The fishing buddy got old.
Fishing Buddy is not old. That's awesome.
Hey, if
That's
somebody
Matthew-
wants to take
that's-
over and do that, you're welcome to.
That's Matthew Vaughn, man. He's
Here
awesome.
it is, right here. This is like my favorite fucking moment. Cyborg versus fucking Alien.
Yeah, Cyborg versus Alien. That's it.
And the alien gets so
Terminator-
confused when he scans him and sees the artificial legs. It's like, what the fuck is this thing?
He fucking
I was
holding
built
on his
to beat you.
ground.
Ha
Holds his ground with that motherfucker.
That's right.
And there we see Matt Damon's cameo in the film.
And Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Well,
It
I
does help
actually
that the
thought-
alien can't see shit without the helmet because they don't do well with the sun. It's too bright for them.
You know what they look like?
James Hetfield from space.
No, if you look at their face, they look like the lion character from that movie in the 90s where the toys were alive with AI.
Oh, Archer.
Yeah, they look like Archer, that character. Yeah, Archer. Look at him. Looks just like fucking Archer in the face.
They are ugly.
So
Yeah, they are.
they're ugly. What are you, Arnold? They're ugly. Get out of there! There's a bomb in there.
Shut up.
Played by the awesome Michael Horse, Deputy Hawk from Twin Peaks. Yeah, Michael. Demanding film goers, but Battleship is too loud, poorly written, formulaic. You know, the people that bitch about formulaic can suck a dick because it's called formula filmmaking. It's a formula. And some formulas are more popular than others. But the fact is, there's a formula to writing a screenplay. Screenplays are 3-act stories normally. I mean, there's 1-act ones too, but they're tough because that's called a ship in a bottle kind of story where it all takes place in one location. Phone booth, good example. And normally you don't want to go over 90 minutes with that.
Are we
You
going
you're
to
like,
phone book someday?
Gambit, I want to see Legend of the Lone Ranger again. The actor was apparently a mess. Oh yeah, that movie, I have it, dude. We talked about it on the show, and it's an awful movie. The only thing good in that movie is Christopher Lloyd. Rotten Tomatoes reports that 34% of 225 critics. By the way, he played Butch Cavendish, the main villain. 225 critics gave the film a positive review. And nobody cares. Nobody should care. Don't care about critics. Care what audiences think. And let's see. Yeah, the 1981 version. I prefer the 50s version. And there is a what do they call that? When you tell how the superhero started, the origin story. There is an origin story film, and they use that origin story to this day. And by the way, here's an origin story you didn't know, and why in the Disney Lone Ranger there's an important scene at the end. For them, it's important to nerds, not to the movie, because it didn't help the movie or hurt it. Is that when you watch the new Lone Ranger, and God damn it, I forgot his name. Francis Stryker. Yes, his name is Francis Stryker. And it's a real fucking name.
Stryker.
Yeah. Bam, bam, bam. He hit the bitch. Anyway, in reality, for an event like this, the president would have been there for this. And they couldn't get Obama or even a lookalike for this film. And they needed Liam Neeson to be the one to do it because of the whole point of him needing to ask him permission to marry his daughter.
Right.
But anyway, Francis Stryker is the creator of the Lone Ranger, but guess what else he's the creator of? Green Hornet.
Oh, wow.
And the Green Hornet's character is a descendant of the Lone Ranger.
Wow.
And that's who that was supposed to be.
A shared universe.
The kid, the child at the end of the movie Lone Ranger. Keith and I have talked about it. That's the guy that would become the Green Hornet.
Wow.
And he was inspired by the Lone Ranger. So there you go. Cool.
Where's
bit
the
of
same
trivia.
mask, only it's green. What's up? Very cool.
I don't know. The math alone is kind of off
What math?
between Lone Ranger and Green Hornet. I understand that he can.
I don't
be,
know what math you're talking about. What math
Years.
are you talking?
in
No.
years.
No. At the end of the Lone Ranger is later, like decades later.
Oh,
Like it's
okay.
in the 20th century, and you meet I think it's Reed, something Reed. Anyway, so you meet this kid, he's looking at Tonto, who's old, and he's in this museum case, and he comes to life, in front of this kid, and he's supposedly telling him this story, and I can't remember what he does, but the kid is supposed to be Reed, that becomes the Green Hornet.
Okay,
that was
now
a little
it
thing.
makes sense. I would. I don't know. I haven't seen that version of the Lone Ranger, and I don't think I will ever will.
Talking about the
And I
Army
forget-
Hammer one?
Yeah, that's a terrible movie. It really is. It's just fucking awful. The only thing that I think is worse than that movie is the Green Hornet film with Seth Rogen.
Seth
as the
Rogen?
hero.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They had a good character actor, that martial artist, to play Kato. And then they got fucking Seth Rogen to play Britt Reed. That's the character name, Britt Reed. I'm like, you fuckheads. And Christoph
go.
Waltz is a villain in it. And I'm like, Christoph Waltz, you've got Christoph Waltz in this movie, and you couldn't make it good. I do like the way that Liam Neeson's character fucks with him. He says, come on, let's go get something to eat while we talk about the your surrender.
Right.
The terms of your surrender.
The terms
kid's
of your
like, oh,
surrender. Too
shit.
funny, man. funny.
Wait, what's going on here?
Oh, that's in Scotland. And they found. Oh, that's a post-credit scene. Did you know it?
Oh, I never knew that. No. And what did they find?
A pod, a life pod with space Metallica in it.
Like one of the aliens, or
Yeah.
Huh.
so they were setting up a
Post
sequel.
credit scene in this movie.
Yeah.
They were setting
I
up a
didn't even know
sequel.
that.
So I didn't know it either.
wow.
I just assumed it would be a typical movie, and I just kind of like stopped watching it because it's got a really long fucking end title.
Yeah. Did you stick around for the credits for He-Man there, Martin? Because I didn't. I
Yes.
left.
Yes.
Oh
Did it
my
have
God.
a post credit scene?
Yes, I've already seen the post-credit scene.
Okay.
There are. Oh, no. Yes, there are two.
Okay.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's your typical morality ending to the cartoon.
Oh
Yes.
no! Really?
What did you learn today?
They
You
put
know,
Orko.
and
Yeah.
Then Orko appears in it.
And in the crowd behind him, you can see Merman.
I did see when he showed up. Yeah, I did see that, but
And
I was
then
wondering
there's
if
that,
after the credits
and
would
after
happen.
that, there is another post-credit scene that. Oh shit! I
Yeah,
said
it
that.
all got started right around this period of time, right here where this movie was. Between 2010 to 2020 was the gradual increase of wokeness in film, with bad woke, the unhealthy woke, not the good woke. So yeah, absolutely. By the way, hi Reed. Let's see. It looks like they got Kitsch uniform right, appropriate ribbons. Yeah, it's something to look at. I don't know naval, so I just thought it was kind of funny that that fucking Teams guy fucking walks up to him. Yeah, you need to come by and have a conversation with us, kind of thing. And that's my fan theory, is that that's when he becomes the character from the Terminal List, and he has to
Yeah.
change his name.
Gary doesn't do naval. He avoids belly buttons at all costs.
So I like some people's naval bases.
The only thing that annoyed me was that in the last scene with Liam Neeson, he's outside and doesn't have a cover on. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, Kitsch does. Kitsch is standing there outdoors without his cover on, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
It's not even in his hand. It's just not there. So part of his uniform is missing. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't
Neeson's
remember a
not showing him
post-credit
out for
scene in
that.
this film.
Especially an officer.
Yeah, a lot of people are liking it, Reed. I like I like the first trailer, and I like the third trailer. That second one, not so much. Hey, officially dang. I was honestly surprised how good the Battleship movie was. I like Peter Berg, so I wasn't surprised. What I was surprised by was how badly it did when it was so much fucking fun.
Yeah.
I really just can't grasp the complaints. Now, I don't give a shit what critics say. I never have.
Yeah.
And I was a paid critic. I
They're
was
not gonna
in
get it.
magazines. Yeah. I would write reviews. But what people liked about my reviews is I wrote my reviews as a true cinephile. I love genre films. I love horror. I love science fiction. I love horror science fiction. I like military horror science fiction. I like military horror. What I don't like is horror written by big old lefty fucking pasty faced cunts like Stephen King, who always want to make soldiers look like automatons and the bad guys.
Yeah,
that are just there to kill people, you know, because he's a cunt, never served anything other than himself, you know, so he doesn't understand military veterans. He doesn't get it. He doesn't understand the way we are. Now in the military, it's an insult if you get called an individual.
Yeah,
If you get called an individual by a senior
Something's wrong.
NCO
Yeah, you've done
or an
something wrong.
officer,
Yeah.
you fucked up somewhere.
It's like when
we
Bill
got an
Belichick
individual
says
here.
the player, you know,
Yeah.
the player has fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the player has made it about themselves and fucked the entire thing up for the rest of the team.
Yep.
Well,
And in the military, it is beat into you, not physically, but what you used to.
Mentally.
But they mentally they beat it into you that you have to get with the program.
Mhm.
And the program is this: you can't get shit done if you're an individual. You will fail.
now,
The only way you will function and get shit done is as a team. That's
Mhm.
it.
I don't know how you felt about it,
can
Gary,
see-
but I always hated the Army of One advertising. I did
Oh, that
not
was
like
dumb.
I didn't like it at all.
Army of One. What was that, Martin? You said something.
yeah, you can see when the admiral is talking to Hopper, and the first thing they said, you're a very smart individual, and I say it. He said with that intonation, and that is the first moment in the movie in which you see Taylor's character get broken. That's
Yep.
when he, for the first time, understand I've been shitting everything.
I'm not going to do that. That's my buddy Tom. I'm not going to do that. We're good friends. We've done a lot of shows together. And
Look, that guy right
I
there,
feel bad for him. I feel
I do
bad for
too.
Tom.
I do too, because he's obviously passionate about it. I was going to mention this earlier, but Gary went on kind of a rant about something. I think De Palma came up and he went crazy.
Oh, what happened? Where did Joe go? Joe, come back.
Stop it.
Fucker.
But yeah, Tom, first of all, I really worry about his health when he does stuff like that, because you could blow a gasket doing that.
Stroke out, man.
I love Tom and I love his takes and everything. And he's totally, I knew a guy like him. God love him. He's not here anymore. His name is Harry Simon. If you look on the DC Wiki page,
That
he's
sounds
like the
a
third.
condition. It
Yeah,
sounds
right.
like a condition.
It does sound like a condition, doesn't it?
But
anyway,
I got a Harry Simon.
he's Tom is about Masters of the Universe like my man Harry was about DC Comics. He hated the Christian Bale Batman movies. He could not stand them. He was such a purist about the comic books. He was like, there's no way this and that and the other thing would happen. Blah, 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 blah. He hated it. I tried to tell him
And
one time.
whenever I run into guys like that, I always say, haven't you ever heard of the Elseworlds?
Vegas?
Yeah. You know,
Elseworlds.
Right. And
DC
that's what I
has
tried
their
to tell
own
him.
Elseworlds.
I said, look, it's just Nolan saying if Batman was real, what would it look like? This is what it might look like, you know? And he was like, no, it's bullshit. And another thing he hated was the Big Bang Theory. He could not stand the way nerd culture was portrayed on that show. He said, you fuck with my people.
No, I don't like it either.
Yeah.
Keith and I both have criticized the show because it's
Mhm.
not pro nerd. It treats
it's
nerds
actually
like
making
a
fun of it.
punchline.
It is. Yeah. Mhm.
The nerds are a punchline for
Right.
them. And I
But-
didn't like that, but it's still got some good stuff. I like Sheldon as a character. I know fucking Sheldons. I'm borderline a Sheldon sometimes because
Right.
I'm obsessive and I like hyper focused on things. And I'm into the sciences, you know,
Yeah.
but I could never, even though said this the other day, Joe, you weren't here. So I took another IQ test and it showed I have a high IQ. I already fucking know that.
Mhm.
And I'm Mensa qualified, not going to ever join. I wouldn't join a fraternity. I won't fucking join that group because to me, it's
Right.
no different than a fraternity. I'm not going to pay for friends. And, but at the end of the test, it showed me all the things that I should be doing. And I got really fucking like depressed. I'm like, why did I take this test? It's like, right now you could easily be working as a physicist. You should be working in research. You should be in research and development, R&D. You know, you should be doing this. You could be a chemist. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck you. I just wanted to know my IQ, you son of a bitch, and make sure I'm not, suffering from what my dad suffered from with dementia. I'm going to keep testing myself every year, to make sure that my
mental
mental
faculty.
acuity, that
Mhm.
my mental acuity is still there.
You could always
And
tell
if
them, hey, as far as I know, communist Russia has been disbanded. It is now a capitalist country. I do not need to be put into a category and do that. Yeah. My point
that's
about Tom's rant was I understand it. I just wish that I just hope he doesn't hurt himself doing stuff like that. And I
I know.
understand his passion. I completely understand his passion.
No, I get his position. I
Mhm.
just don't agree because I'm not like him. I was not a kid that grew up on it. I was a grown
Me
man
either.
when it came out. Watching
Yeah,
it
but
I
with
was
my
in the
kids.
military when
am.
it was on TV, and it seemed kind
I-
of gay to me.
I grew up with that, and it's one of I may say my second fandom. First one being Star Wars.
Mm-hmm. You were a
I'm
Thundercats
sorry.
fan too, right?
No,
I'm sorry, Dan.
No?
I'm
No?
sorry,
Okay.
Dan. I'm sorry, Dan. But you are dang from this day forward. And I'm probably
Dang.
going to say it with a southern accent. I go officially dying. I like your name though, Dan. It's really nice meeting you,
That's
man.
good.
But going back to that, it's like I know how I am with Star Trek. I know how I am with Star Wars. And so Tom going, the thing you won't do is you won't ever see me lose my shit like that. Tom, that was concerning seeing him lose his shit like that.
Yeah.
But he's hitting, like, it felt like he was at the end of his rope with Hollywood.
Mhm.
Is what it felt like. It felt like it wasn't just He-Man. It was everything that's led up to this fucking moment.
Yeah.
That he is just tired of being disappointed. I did not like that movie. It's not like I hated it. I just walked away from going,
I
not my
liked
kind
it.
of movie.
Man, Steve Zahn was awesome.
Look, Steve Zahn is great at anything he's in fucking starring in. I mean, oh my God, the guy can do comedy like nobody's business. He's the reason why Saving Silverman is so fucking
Dude,
great.
He's not only a comedian. Did you see the movie with Mila Jovovich that they were in Hawaii? When he's
Psycho.
a psycho.
They were
Oh my
others.
God.
Yes, great movie. Another one that made me cry was in the movie Rescue Dawn with Christian Bale, the true story of
Oh my.
Dingler and his best friend when they escaped that POW camp, and he plays the character who gets macheted to death. And
Oof.
I fucking cried when he died. Steve Zahn's portrayal of that character is so heart-wrenching. And anybody who's never seen that movie, that is a movie to watch. It's an independent, low-budget film from Werner Herzog. He's one of my top 10 favorite directors of all time. And Werner made a beautiful film. He'd made the documentary first. Little Dieter Wants to Fly. And then he made the movie. And I'm telling you, that is a great fucking movie. It's one of my favorite war films. And what a heroic story. And a story of pure human endurance. And they had to shave so much out of it because it would have made the movie too long, what he went through in surviving. And it's nightmarish like shit. And it's already a nightmarish film. And when he gets haunted by Steve Zahn's character in the film, like he's still there, even though he's dead. Oh my God. Yeah, Steve Zahn, Daddy Daycare. I wouldn't like that movie if not for Steve Zahn. He made that movie worth the price.
Oh my God! When he talked to the kid, do you understand it? He's talking
Klingon. Klingon speaks fluent Klingon. I fucking lost my shit laughing. Because, like, true story, I went to a Star Trek convention in 1995, 96, 95, 95, 96, right there in that window. And that was where I donated one of my paintings, like the big one, the mural. I donated it to the auction. sold for $40,000. And I didn't see a dime. I didn't care. It was for a good cause. But I hated that fucking convention because the security is run by these guys in Klingon uniforms talking Klingon all the time. And I got so fucking annoyed with it, I didn't go to another convention until 2011. I didn't want to ever go to another convention because you have not been annoyed until you have a security detail walking around talking Klingon around you all the fucking time. You think being a non-Hispanic, non-Espanol speaker is rough in the army when you hear a bunch of Mexicans over in a corner talking, then look back at you and start laughing. And I got him back, by the way.
My brother's having to learn it in his job because he's a logistics manager in Texas, and he's having to learn it.
I got the Chinese soldier that I served with. His name was Yu, which led to many jokes.
Yeah.
And I went up to him and I said, look, I speak a little Chinese, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start talking to you, and then I want you to start laughing. And right after you laugh, I'm going to laugh, and then we're both going to turn and look at the Mexicans.
Jeez.
And so we're doing is talking very loudly. I was speaking in partial real, partial mock Chinese, and he said something to me in Chinese. I said something back, and then he started laughing. I started laughing, and then we both slowly turned and looked at the Mexicans, and they were like, what the fuck, man? I said, not so funny, is it? Now you know.
Now you know what it
It
feels
made
like.
them crack up laughing. They started laughing. They're like, that's just funny.
Of course. Right.
Good senses of humor in the military. I found.
That's like, you know what you just made me think of is in the opening scene of fucking Transformers with that unit that's in the fucking Osprey flying back to the base, and the one guy says something in Spanish. He goes, "Man, how many times we got to tell you English, motherfucker?"
English.
They're getting on him for saying Spanish shit. It's hilarious, man. Oh
yeah. Well, Dieter actually, the way he got inspired was he saw an American fighter coming right at him shooting. He was up in the attic window looking out, and the guy flew so fucking close that he was looking up and made eye contact with the pilot. And he would tell this story, Dieter would, and that from that moment on, he knew he wanted to fly, which is why the name of the documentary is Little Dieter Needs to Fly.
At that moment, he knew he fucked up.
Yeah, he knew he knew he fucked up. The only reason I'll watch the movie Sahara, my God, that movie is so bad, but it's so enjoyable because Steve Zahn has amazing chemistry with Matthew McConaughey.
I was fixing to say that's the only thing I know about that movie. This is that he's in it. I've never seen it.
The two of them are so funny together, and I read the book, and I'm like really annoyed by the movie, but at the same time, I was so fucking entertained by that movie. Yeah. It was really entertaining, and I tell people all the time, not a great film, very enjoyable. Because Steve Zahn and fucking Matthew McConaughey have a great chemistry as buddies in that film. Different movie. Good movie, by the way. And my problem with the movie is it kind of reminded me of a film that came out right at the tail end of the 80s with Dustin Hoffman and Warren Beatty, where they nearly bankrupted the studio with that movie.
God,
what was that movie called? What was that movie called?
Oh, I see both of them in turbans.
Ishtar?
Yeah, Ishtar. That's it. Yeah.
Is that it? God, I just pulled that out of the deep drawer.
Yeah, you did.
Holy crap.
Because I saw immediately when you said it, I saw both of them in turbans. You know.
Okay, Penelope Cruz is also worth the price of admission on that film because she's just so gorgeous. I like chicks with noses. She's got a great nose. And the 1995 remake, Sahara,
Interspersed Jim
interspersed
Belushi.
with Jim Belushi.
I think
in a
he's trying to
contemporary-
say introduced Jim Belushi.
No, interspersed with Jim
Oh, okay.
Belushi. In contemporary context.
Okay. Gotcha.
Ishtar. Yeah, Ishtar, not a good movie. No. And another movie that could have been a stinker that, again, I think, Dustin Hoffman plays Mumbles in it. Dick Tracy.
Dick Tracy's
And
cool.
I love that
cartoon.
movie. But
It's a live action
boy,
cartoon, man.
it did not do well. Did not do well.
It didn't. Didn't.
Let me go look at my notes, see if there's anything.
You want to talk about a singer ruining a movie? It's probably
I know
Madonna
I know
and fucking Dick Tracy. You know what I'm
I know
saying?
it has become a genre per se, but I do not like live action cartoons.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I mean, seeing doing in live action what can only be possibly done in a cartoon is it takes me out of the movie.
And yet you like Masters of the Universe. Interesting. It's a quandary. I said you don't.
Oh, yeah,
like
so
Masters
this
of the
is-
Universe.
No, I said I was in agreement with you.
Yeah.
All right, so another one that got brought up in the film that was completely misunderstood was Sun Tzu, because Keisha's character thought it meant this one thing, and the Japanese guy goes, that is not what he meant at all, which the line in it is, and this is something that this is not an actual quote from Sun Tzu where it says, fight the enemy where they aren't. That is actually a breakdown of a longer structured paragraph. And that's kind of what it says in the paragraph. But it is a modern breakdown of Sun Tzu's core philosophy in the art of war. It means avoiding direct confrontation and instead strike your opponent's vulnerabilities, exploiting unexpected routes and cutting off supply chains, and basically dictating the terms of any combat engagement. And I'll tell you a great example of that is the Henry V's Battle at Agincourt. That was a tactical fucking miracle, because if it hadn't rained, he was fucked. Henry and his men were fucked if it hadn't rained. And he exploited it. And they won the day. Yes, Stephen and Matthew are great together, along with Macy. Penelope Cruz is the discount Selma Hayek. No, they're not even the same model. It's like, no, they're different models. Penelope Cruz is the smart girl, cute, pretty, big eyes, and Selma Hayek is there for one thing and one thing only: fucking bodacious tatas.
The hourglass shape. Yeah.
She has got an incredible figure. And that's it.
My favorite movie with her in it's Dogma. I love her in that movie. I think she's awesome. But she's there for her figure in that one.
I only cried in one scene. Dude. And that's when Steve Zahn gets murdered.
That's
scene.
tough to watch.
I think live action cartoons work well when you commit to the style, which is what Dick Tracy did. Dick Tracy, his goal was to try to get that classic Chester Gould comic strip. There's another name that just popped out of nowhere in my fucking head.
Right.
Chester Gould, the creator of Dick Tracy. And Chester, when they began doing the Sunday funnies, they started colorizing them. And they had to use this stuff, these colors, the primary colors for 3-color separation. And they were just so bright and vivacious, bright reds, bright yellows, because if you mix them, it turns to mud. The early color printing was just, you had to keep your colors separate.
Yep.
And so they did. And so Chester Gould's Dick Tracy had those bright colors and those cool sci-fi gadgets, which I thought was funny because, like, one of the opening scenes has him in an opera, and all of a sudden, like you hear a voice coming through his walkie-talkie wristwatch, which came from the comic strips. I'm like, man, people fucking boo you if that happened in real life. Like making noise during an opera is just not acceptable,
Yeah.
And I think it would have added one thing, like an earpiece, showing that he's got an earpiece and the watch. It's okay to shift a little bit to bring a little more believability to something.
Mhm.
But that was like the only thing that really bugged me about that movie. That and Madonna. I
Yeah.
think G.I. Joe would work well as a live action tune, pseudo 80s world, but the fashion uses. Yeah, because I'll tell you what, the G.I. Joe movies so far have been really crap.
Yeah, they have not been good.
It's because of the Martin Acosta, because so many comic live action movies have gone wrong.
No. But what I don't have any problem with fantasy cartoons taken into the screen, because the thing that I do not like is you remember that movie about the baby that got lost in a city and he's got into the construction site. That kind
Baby's
of
Day
thing.
Out.
Yeah,
Baby's
that
Day
kind
Out.
of thing. I cannot stand watching it
Because it is a live action.
the absurdity. The absurdity is what I don't like.
But I'm going to tell you something. Amazing fucking effects done in that film, including an actual animatronic baby. Like that looked real. I was like, wait, that's not a real baby? Holy crap. Impressive. Rick Baker. Shut up.
Ha! Ah.
I guess that means it's time to wrap. So we're going to get
I
out of
was
here.
fixing to say,
Together
It
and
sounds
over.
like it's the
No,
signal.
she was just announcing that she's now awake because she was sleeping on the desk. Now she's back at her bowl, finishing her breakfast. Finally, when it's almost
that
time
we're
for the next meal.
Now that we're having AI and shit, can the Japanese please make a cat to human translator?
Yeah, and by the way, another one I pulled out of the hat there was Baby's Day Out. Like I remember the name of that movie, and I'm going to tell you
I have
something.
no clue what you
I
guys are
watched
talking
it
about on that one.
once. I watched it when it came out back in what was it, '94, and I did not like it. I didn't like it, but I was impressed with what they did. But Baby's Day Out is nothing more than a live action Tex Avery cartoon.
Yes.
And Tex Avery, if you don't know who that is, look him up. He's famous for a specific kind of cartoon style. And Baby's Day Out is like a Tex Avery cartoon. Both of the Spanish Red Hot Mamas are so, yep. And there's that word I used a minute ago, vivacious. I love that fucking word. do my bidding, meow. Like now, do my bidding now. So we're gonna get out of here, guys.
Tex Avery's the guy behind Droopy Dog. What?
Yeah, Tex Avery, man.
No way.
So we're gonna get the hell out of here. Everybody have a great day today. It was fun doing this stream. I'm glad we got to talk about this movie again, and I'm glad Anima got to enjoy the film. Any last
I'm glad you
thoughts on the
switched
film?
it.
Are you do you have any last thoughts about this movie, Anima?
Not really, no. All has been said.
Are you disappointed that they didn't make enough money to do a sequel?
No, it doesn't need one.
I would have liked it.
It's inevitable. The alien's still out there. They're gonna try again.
Yeah. They did get the signal going. It got cut off, but a signal was sent. So a threat's coming. And so a sequel is definitely set up in the film. And that's good screenwriting software. I use Final Draft for my screenwriting, but Caltex is a good one. And as I recall, Caltex is free. Am I correct?
The price is right.
A question: What makes a text editor I mean, why do you need a specific software for editing text? Why don't you use any other text editor?
It's probably
Because
got the format for a
screen
script.
write, that's exactly it. It's got the formats for the different kinds of script writing. There
Oh.
are many different. There's writing for television, there's writing for film, and there are actually several versions for writing for film. And
Okay.
so I learned a very specific way of writing screenwriting, and I used to do it on my own. But now there's a software that automatically formats for you as you're going, and then it also remembers your character's name. So you hit enter, and it gives you the option, like it knows you're getting ready to write dialogue. So you select the character, and it drops it in there. You hit enter, and it immediately is formatted for writing the dialogue. And then you hit that, you hit enter again, and you can do cut scene, you can do fade outs. It just automatically knows where it's going, and it formats it exactly the way producers and executives want to read a script. When they read a script, they usually have people they hire to read the scripts for them. Lazy cunts. Anyway, we're going to get out of here, guys. Everybody have a great day. It was fun talking about this movie. We are out of here. So well, I guess I should say everybody's names and shit like that. Yeah. Anti-Phantom Sofa Cinema, John Whitaker, Emmanuel, 11 Alpha, Gambit, Apollomy, Read by Nature, officially Dang, Dan G. It's good seeing you guys. Thanks for dropping in, everybody. Hope nobody was missed in that list. But we are out of here. Everybody have a great day. So bye now.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Y'all come back now. You hear?
Matt Damon.